Welcome to the recap, a look back at the week of Oklahoma State government. I'm Davion Daniels.
And I'm Kinsey Watson. It was a big week for education again at the Capitol. House Bill 3398 would require every teacher currently employed who hasn't had a criminal background check to get one. A state law approved a few years ago required newly hired teachers to get a background check, but didn't address teachers already employed by districts.
Schools can no longer ban Native American students from wearing tribal regalia during graduation under the terms of House Bill 3046. The House Education Committee gave unanimous approval to the bill, which says banning tribal regalia is a violation of a student's free exercise of religion. This would put into law what the Attorney General recommended the State Department of Education create a policy for last year. In a letter to the state superintendent, AG Mike Hunter wrote the Education Department should create a uniform policy for schools regarding spiritual practice so schools do not forbid the wearing of eagle feathers on graduation caps.
Representative Mickey Dolan's bill to address mental health in schools is headed to the full House. HB 3346 would require all schools, including charter schools, to print a phone number for the suicide hotline, the crisis text line, and a contact number for the local law enforcement agency on the back of student ID cards.
An Oklahoma County judge dismissed a lawsuit filed by the company that manages Epic Charter Schools against State Senator Ron Sharp. The lawsuit claims Sharp made knowingly false statements about Epic. The judge's ruling said Sharp's comments were protected because he is a member of the state legislature and the comments were not malicious. In a statement, Epic Superintendent Bart Banfield said the school is still weighing its legal options, but noted Senator Sharp admitted in a sworn statement his comments were opinions and not fact. As online shopping grows, so are the number of thefts of packages left on doorsteps.
But ENN's Abby Nichols explains the proposed new law that takes aim at the so-called porch pirates.
I'm Abby Nichols with the Epic News Network, here to explain Porch Piracy Act of 2020. We're all getting deliveries to our doorsteps, and this bill would make it a misdemeanor to steal packages left at your home. It would be up to a year in jail and a large fine. Plus, if someone is caught 3 times being a porch pirate, they could face felony charges.
Thanks, Abby. That porch piracy bill cleared the House Public Safety Committee on Thursday and now heads to the full House for consideration.
The latest attempt to roll back permitless carry failed this week. Permitless carry, sometimes known as constitutional carry, went into effect last November. Representative Jason Lowe said the law is a ticking time bomb and has spearheaded multiple efforts to repeal it. Lowe's bill to roll back permitless carry failed to pass a House committee this week and received just 1 vote in support. Does it seem like state government is a complicated process?
To explain how the whole process works, ENN's Arian Donahue talks with former state representative and current Epic Community Relations Manager Todd Thompson.
My name is Arian Donahue. I am former Representative Todd Thompson. How does a bill become a law?
Thank you, Arian. So there's a long process, and it's a very structured process for a bill to become a law. At the beginning of session, the legislative session starts at the beginning of February. There will be House bills, so every House member will file bills, legislation, and they will be called House bills. Every senator, the 48 senators, will file Senate bills. Each one of those bills will be then assigned to a committee room. So any education bill is assigned to the Education Committee. Public safety bills, so if you're dealing with crime, they'll go to the Public Safety Committee. So each one of those bills then, in the first 4 week of session, has to be heard in the committee and then voted on by the majority of the committee members. Now each committee is made up and comprised of a small percentage of the House or the Senate. So there may be 10, there may be 15, there may be 20, but it's a small number. Once it passes there, then it's scheduled to go on to either the Senate floor or the House floor. And then if it passes the Senate or the House floor, then after week 6, all the House bills that passed off the floor are shipped over to the Senate. All of the Senate bills are shipped over to the House. And they're all left. All the bills that are left are then assigned to committees again, and they go through the process on the other side. Now, at the end of that time, so that's 12 weeks, at the end of that time, you're going to have a group of bills that have passed out of both chambers, and those will be sent to the governor. And then the governor is the one that either signs it or vetoes it. You'll hear them say that he vetoes it. So it's it's either signed or vetoed. So that's essentially the process, a rough draft of how a bill becomes law. So if you're wondering, you think, man, this is a slow process. It's designed to be slow. It's designed to be methodical because that way somebody can't just do something on the fly.
Thanks, Arian. And now what are the other big issues this session? ENN's Hallie Ross has our Lawmaker of the Week.
What are your other priorities for this session?
Well, I got a school bill that we're running that's trying to incorporate our seniors in school with our seniors at the nursing homes. I'm trying to get them to learn history from people that's lived history, and kind of a mentorship, because I mean, if you get somebody that goes in there and they like what they're doing with the elderly whenever they're in 12th grade, whenever they graduate, and they know that this is what they want to do, then I mean, that's part of the goal as well. But a lot of it is just for quality of life for the seniors.
That's awesome.
Some people's not going to want to hear this, but actually God put it on my shoulders. And, you know, I talked to my preacher about it, and I talked to my wife about it. My wife was the last one to know, and believe it or not, my wife thought I was going through a midlife crisis. She did. She thought that I was going through a midlife crisis to put in for state representative. And I never thought I'd win. But when God tells you to do something, and you got to do it. And I remember the night of the election, I wasn't sitting there praying to win. I was just asking for God's will to be done. And I mean, a lot of things transpired that actually put me in office that, you know, that was just God's intervention. You know, whenever I run for office, I didn't have the money to run for office, and God made sure that I come up with the money. So that's the reason I'm sitting here, is God's will. I'll tell you, I hope they're for the positive. Yeah. Because, I mean, that's one thing that is the future of Oklahoma, is the kids. And we've really got to work hard for the education department, and that's the reason that I'm trying to give them an avenue with this one bill that I'm running, to let them know that this is what I want, a career path, you know, whether it's talking to somebody in there that they really like that was in the military, you know, and the student goes towards the military because that's what he wants to do, or in nursing, you know, because they really like the working with the elderly, or they just like taking care of people. And I'm hoping that we can guide some of our younger ones to get into a career path, as opposed to going to school and coming up with debt and then changing their careers, which we have a lot of.
Thanks, Hallie, and thank you for watching.
Be sure to like and share this video so you and your friends stay up to date on what's happening with your state government. We'll see you next time.